many fears people have. There are many fears people have in this world. But to me, I like creepy stuff. I'm into more creepy shit in this world. But anyway, besides that, I know people have different fears like arachnophobia or spiders and stuff like that. Maybe certain animals. Some people are afraid of heights. They have different terminologies, scientific words for this stuff. Some people are afraid of the dark. Fear of being watched. Fear of clowns. And some people are just afraid of dolls. Dolls. If you can see it. I call him Fred. No, I'm not a ventriloquist or anything like that. I can't make it talk. But I'm just saying that if we want to overcome our fears, because my fear, it wasn't dolls or anything. My fear was always heights, like being on top of maybe mountains or something, but I overcame that. You know what I did? I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go and go jump off an airplane or jump out. I'll go skydiving, pretty much. And that I went up over 12,000 feet in the sky. I was in a helicopter. My pilot was like a 90-year-old man, and then the guy that was instructing me, my instructor, was an ex-Marine. So he was in the Marines, I think, for over 20 years, and then he decided to be a skydiving instructor. He would show people. This was out of Sevierville, Tennessee, close to where Gatlinburg, if you've ever heard of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And basically, he would show people like how to skydive. He was their instructor, pretty much their teacher. Okay, so anyway, I decided, you know what, I'm going to overcome my fear of heights. And you know what, I went and I did it. I jumped out. And I still have days where, I get a little on edge about it, but I just kind of go and I get through it pretty much. So, clowns, heights, like myself, you know what you got to do? Just face the reality of what you're afraid of. No, okay, yeah. For some reason something happened, or maybe like I was born with it, you got it from your parents, mom, your dad, whoever. And obviously, yeah, you have this fear of something, even if it's heights, certain, maybe eating certain food. I've even heard of people, like, as crazy as it sounds, some people are afraid of certain foods, certain texture, like literally have anxiety, fear over this stuff. It's as crazy as it sounds. I'll give this example that whatever it is, even if it's afraid of dolls, like you think of Chucky or any of this other stuff, you know what? Just know where you stand, know you have the fear, and you know what? Just get up and face your fear head on. Do it. Because at the end of the day, what do you got to lose? And once you overcome it, you feel like so much more relieved afterwards. This was never like anything I was afraid of. I wasn't afraid of spiders or anything like that. Now maybe I get a little edge on spiders, but it wasn't as bad as me being afraid of like heights or anything like that. I don't know what your fear would be in this world. What everybody's fear is in this world. But I can tell you right now that whatever you're going through, whatever you're experiencing, whatever it may be, it's really not you. I mean, it is you, but at the same time, it's not you. Because as human beings, we have a capability of getting through anything. We set our minds to. It's our belief systems that really knock us down about our own selves, about our own beings. Us, ourselves, that hold us back from our, because these fears, whatever these fears are. And if I was a therapist, I would highly encourage my patients to, whatever that fear, just face it, breathe, know what the fear is, face it head on. I don't know, just face it head on, breathe, and imagine yourself overcoming that fear of whatever that may be, regardless of what it is. And you get through it. You get through it. And yeah, it maybe seem like, oh, well, it is me. I'm always going to be, oh, no, because you keep telling yourself you're going to be afraid your whole life. But if you, and this is just me, that I imagine myself getting past that fear, overcoming the fear, to face it head on, and I just breathe and get through it, no matter what. Pediophobia, afraid of dolls, arachnophobia, heights. Keep it in your mind that you've gone past the fear, you've overcome the fear. You are no longer living in fear of this certain thing anymore. But you have overcome the fear of whatever it is. Talk positive to yourself. Talk that you're getting through it. You've gone through it. You're over it. You're well past it. And you know that you no longer have that fear anymore. You no longer have the fear of doing whatever this fear is that's trying to plot or is plotting against you. Because it's really, there's a root to everything, a root cause to everything, and it does start spiritually, and it can manifest, and it can be dangerous if you let it overcome. If you let it overcome you, if you let it linger and stay for too long, it will get root. Now, even if you inherit it from your mother or father or anybody else in your family, that you can still overcome it. That really, it's not you in general. It's not you. That I would go face it head on, and I imagine myself that I've already made it through. I've already won and beat this thing, and I have overcome it. And it never was me. It was just a label trying to attach itself. It was just something that thought it was real, but it never was real. It never was me. It just acted like it was me in general, but it wasn't. It was never me. And so one must say to themselves, wow, am I going to continue to live in this fear that I am experiencing, am going through, am fighting in, or am I going to get through it? Am I going to keep living like this, in this way, in this body of fear, or am I going to be living in the body of overcoming, empowerment, getting through things that I know I can get through, that are really me, and these fears, because at the end of the day, fears are not us in general. They come from a darker place. They don't come from the place of the light. Or you would say, some people would say it would be God it would come from, but I would say, you say it like that, but I just know it. You overcoming the fear is leading you more into the light. It's not leading you anywhere else, but the dark is the only one that wants to keep you living in fear, because fear never comes from a good place. It always comes from a negative, dark, bad place, or it was always a root, or it was inherited from family, bloodlines, or whatever else. And all fear does is hold you back. It doesn't keep you moving forward at all. You must, grow in order to glow. Glow to grow, as I always like to say. And so, how can we overcome? We overcome by stepping out of our comfort zones, really listening in onto what is being said to us of getting past our own selves in order to become valiant Thors of our own creation, of our own making, becoming more and becoming the winning part of our own selves, which only comes and draws from the light to go and draw closer into the light. Because, yes, like I said, fears only come from the place of darkness. It doesn't come from the place of light. It doesn't even help us grow. It just really keeps us more down, repressed, oppressed. And it doesn't really lead us ever into any good place at all, ever. And so if we can actually trust our own intuition, trust our own insights, our own creation of making, our own ability to think logically and practically, we can make it through. We can overcome. We can have an advantage point over whatever this fear may be. Whatever this fear may be. And so we must take a step back and really know who we are as a person, know our wants, needs, happiness, and desires, to be able to break through this wall of oppression, repression, darkness in this cage, to really bring forth the light, to really go into our lives of our own destinies and where we are supposed to go, where we're born to grow into, because I believe as the human race in general, we are supposed to be born going back into the light, because we're all born into darkness, but we're all made to grow back into the light, because originally we were supposed to go into the light, but we failed. And so now we're having to really look at ourselves, evaluate ourselves as humans, and really take that step to go into the light. And so overcome the fear. Fred wants you to overcome your fear. Overcome. And so how can we break the cycle? Breaking through these things that we fear the most. We break through these cycles of the things we fear the most by imagining ourselves getting through it, and we have already overcome in our head. So you've already made, I guess you would call it the prequel in your own head, or the aftermath of what is going to come after. The sequel. You've already created a sequel in your head, in your mind, a way of thinking, to actually say you've already drawn unto the light, and you've already gone through these things. You've already beat these things. You've already grown past these things to overcome your own defeats, and you've already defeated whatever is with you to get past whatever it is that you need to get past in order to grow. You've grown past your own self by walking into the light. And once you walk into the light, you have grown past the fear. You have overcome. You, as I kind of see human beings as plants. We're supposed to be growing and changing. We're not supposed to be in the same boat as staying in our same boats. We are always supposed to be progressing, no matter what. We have to be our own biggest fans. I say our own biggest fans in order to win achieve greatness of our own past, of our own makings, of our own doings, we must achieve and walk into the light how we're asked. Play the sequel in your head over and over and over that you've already overcome. That you have already overcome. That you've already overcome in order to see the light, in order to see your own creation, in order to see your own winnings. You must win and draw into the light. If we draw into the light, we have defeated the darkness, because all the darkness wants to do is keep us wound down and bound down, keep us at our lowest and weakest points until it doesn't want us to have any advantage, no advantage whatsoever. And so, if we can draw closer unto the light, it will draw closer unto us, going forth and going forth. If we can really seek and draw even more closer and closer and closer into the light, then we can overcome and overcome, overcoming the fears, the anxieties, the darkness, the depression, so on and so forth. We are masters of our own realms, of our own destinies, of our own making and creation. We draw closer unto the light. We have already won the battle. We have already won what is needed to be won. We have already won our own destinies. We have won everything that we are supposed to be winning. We have drawn closer into our own destinies of winning to pursue something even greater and greater and greater and greater. For we as humans know we can get past things. So we have to draw closer unto the light in order to find out who we were born to be, who we were born to go forth with, who we are supposed to be at the end of the day, at the end of it all. Who are we? And we are not the fear, we are not the anxiety, we are not the depression, we are not the darkness. We were made greater, even in our own Creator's image. We were made greater, we were born greater, we were meant to do greater and greater things to come, greater things to come, greater things to come. See? So if we really want to win our battles, we need to draw closer unto the light. The light helps us succeed. The light will help us draw closer to our own successes and destiny. We must go forth. We must take in. We must know our worth, our values, our desires, our winnings. We must know what we belong to, how and what we belong to, know what we're rooted in, know where we need to go, and know how we win, what we are winning for, what we are doing that needs to be said and done. Most assured. Most assured. Most assured. If we truly know ourselves deep down, then we can really make a true impact of our own lives, our own winnings, our own destinies, our own overcomings, getting past our own sufferings in order to really walk into the light, see the light, for everything to come. That is something so much more. We can win. We can win. We once you get past and learn to grow and to glow to grow, as I always like to say, you get past even your most fears, the fears that are really trying to hold you back, in order from you to see the greater you, the greater things that are in you, in order to grow. Furnace, overcome. I don't have to make this message too long, but overcome the fear today. Make your life the sequel. Imagine the sequel in your head, because sequel means after, prequel is before. Make it the sequel in your head, your mental psyche, to get past what you are trying to get past, and imagine yourself already past it. And you've already won the fight. You've already won the battle. No doubt about it. Fire grow to glow. Glow